want to be nobody, cause nobody can do everything.
Good morning, evening, or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 20 of The Road to 10K. We're playing World of the Walkers 5.2, and today's going to be a special episode. I went on and did a couple days worth, in-game days worth of grind, just so we can get everything up for our base. I have everything completely ready to go, so I haven't actually laid out the base yet. I just, all I did was I made a 21 by 21 square, just did the outside here, made sure it was all upgraded flagstone because we don't have concrete yet, and just flattened everything out, moved the rest of the stuff downstairs. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a modified toothy design in here. So we're going to lay that out today, and by the end of the episode we should have the base completely built. That's what makes it the special episode. It's basically our base building episode for this Let's Play for the most part. So basically what we want to do is we want to take, it's going to take us 84 of these flagstone wedge tips here. So what we want to do is we want to lay down wedge tips all the way across 21 by 21. Just the outskirts right here. So we lay 21 down this way, we lay 21 down, and leave the corners here because the corners are going to be important. And lay 21 this way. And 21 this way. Now you don't necessarily need such a large base, but the reason why I'm doing a large base is because I plan on using explosives such as explosive crossbow bolts and the like to kill zombies with later on. So I want to leave myself plenty of room inside so I don't blow myself up. That's really the only reason I'm going so large. It really does ramp up your resource count though. It's going to cost me a lot of resources to do this. I think the grand total was 84 wedge tip, 180 poles, and 609 blocks if I want to close in the top, which I probably will be doing. Now, the toothy design, while it works, I don't need to get inside of the base from here because I'm actually going to be adding in a secondary way inside the base. Basically, I'm going to, right over where my mini bike is, I'm going to actually put a hatch to where I can go below and come through. So I don't necessarily need to get inside, so I'm just going to basically do the two-pole thing. Now, these two spots right here, that I've marked out around it, those are actually going to be 100% for spikes. The reason why is because when the zombie hits the spikes here, most of the time they'll lose their leg, and then they'll fall down on top of this and start crawling, and they won't be able to crawl up into there. So it actually, let me set this right, it actually makes it really easy to kill them because they'll just basically be on the ground the entire time. Now the trick to any kind of toothy design here is this right here. You need to lay this down so you've only got this area right here because they can't crawl through that area. So if you lay it down like that, basically when they lose their legs they won't be able to crawl through. That is the key thing that we're worried about here. Some zombies will make it. It's really according to how heavy your horde knight is too. They will make it through without breaking their legs. So we're going to be adding another layer right on top of these to where they can't get through. We'll do it the same exact way that we just did. Zombies won't be able to make it through. We won't be able to make it through, but we don't really care. And the reason why I'm not worried about getting through and not doing a standard toothy design is because I'm actually using the spikes. So this one will lay out the same way, it's just right over here. Ah, I messed that up. I'll have to make another. I made just enough. That's the problem with these little holes too. A lot of times you'll end up misplacing. But once we get this laid out, we'll put another layer directly on top of it. And don't worry, I will be upgrading all of this before the night. and we'll do another layer just like this. But yeah, I've basically been non-stop grinding the entire last 2 in-game days, and at 120-minute days, that's a lot of grinding, believe me. I'm going to show you what I've done down inside of the base too. I like the layout of it. It actually looks pretty good. That's going to be like the main part of our base. So we can put that there. That's where we're going to have our forge room. I'll show you where the forges are going and everything. And another thing I'm doing here is I'm making this what I would call screamer friendly, where we don't accidentally kill screamers, and anytime we want to, we can just come out here. They should have lost their legs by then. We can just come out here and just pop up into this area right here, and the screamers are going to be crawling up against this, so we can just let them scream as much as we want, so we can spawn hordes on the outside. That helps us with our zombie count. So basically, let's copy rotation for that one. We do a second row here, and I will be putting regular blocks on top of these. That way we can't have these spider zombies coming up. But you definitely want it on this side right here of your wedge tip, otherwise your spider zombies can just crawl right up on top of the base. So let me go on and lay these down. Now, I know this is going to be a pain to upgrade, but the fact is, we can't do concrete yet. So there's no point in waiting until we can do concrete to get a decent base, because we are concentrating more on zombie kills than anything. And this is by far the best way to build your base to get maximum zombie kills, especially early. Now, we could always run out in the fray if we feel that we're killing them too slowly inside and we want to spawn them quicker. I do plan on doing a little bit of that on the zombie night, so you can look forward to that. But with my potato computer, I'm a little scared that if I just run out into the middle of it to start with, then I'm gonna get massive lag spikes and get killed because of it. So I'm going to wait until they've kind of decided that they're not just going to come in full force and then run outside. I will be making, hopefully, a spiked club for that. And I did finish off a couple of my quests, quite a lot of them actually. Let's see. Actually, yeah, I will need these type of poles. Here's the special part that I was talking about with these poles, or with this side. You need to run the pole up the side here. Let's see, is that good enough? I think I went one too high there. Let me think. Yeah, let me put this down and make sure I didn't go one too high there. Okay, no I didn't. Good. So that's the basic layout of what the base is going to look like. We're going to have these 2 rows of poles all the way around, and then we're going to have the row of blocks directly on top. So I'm going to go on and finish all that up. Okay, so I've completed all of that. I basically just gave myself a little catwalk right here just so I could get out really quickly if I need to. Say there's a breach or something along that lines. All I did was put a ladder here and made a little L shape. I may put a roof on this later. I'm not 100% sure yet. All of this right here, all this wood, that's just to straighten everything out and make it flat. I will be replacing that with concrete when I get it. But for now, we're just going to leave it wood frames. That way we don't waste any materials. I need to go in and break this one up. But everything seems to be good on this end. I actually had slightly more than I needed, which I'm not complaining about. Now I've just got to go upgrade all of this, and it'll actually be, that part will be horde ready. I need to go on and create my tunnel out as well. Or tunnel in, sorry, and then place all my spikes. So I'm going to show you what I did downstairs real fast while we're at it. This is basically where I got all my stone from, but I'm using recesses back here, and I'm thinking about adding some flare down here on the bottom just to make it look a lot better. I really like the look of it so far. I still gotta finish up the roof here, obviously, but I want to leave it wood because it looks pretty good. And basically all of these are storage chests. I will be going through and putting signs up above them to say what's supposed to be in them. But I've got storage chests there and there. So I've got plenty of storage here. And this is for concrete mixers and maybe a couple forges. And this is all going to be forges too high. So basically we can spawn as many screamers as we want. We can let them come up here and basically do their thing over here. They're going to break their legs on the spikes more than likely, and they're just going to be crawling up against this, having nowhere to go. So when we come out, they see us and they scream, and when they scream, they'll spawn zombie hordes behind them, and we can just basically just kill zombie hordes as long as we want. So we can make our own horde night without it being horde night. That's the basic gist of the reason why I wanted to go with this modified toothy build. So now it's time for me to go on and lay all these spikes down after I give myself a way in. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is go on and dig my way in. So I'll be with you as soon as I'm finished with that. But basically I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here, probably, yeah, about right here. And I'm going to dig my way down. And maybe even give myself, yeah, actually I think I'll be able to expand it later, so that's what I'll do. I'll go on and give myself like an area here to where I can park my mini bike inside of it using maybe a drawbridge or something, but I'll get into that later. And then basically just run into the bottom of the base from out here through a hatch. So for now I'm going to come out to about right here, and I'm going to put a downward hatch that will meet up with the other room. But I'm going to get that done real fast, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so where I was laying that was a bad place for it because I realized it didn't line up with the stuff in the bottom, so I'll just fill it in a little while. I'm going to leave, for now, just so we can save time, I'm going to leave this just like that. But basically what I did is I just went inside that, in that little corridor I'd built. I actually just dug up from there and just dropped the same type of hatch in here that I have inside, so that won't be a problem. I'm going to go on and upgrade this while I'm at it. Okay, so now it's time to worry about dropping our spikes, especially since the horde night seems to be getting close. What I'm going to do, where are my spikes, is I'm going to lay 2 layers of spikes all the way around the outside. So that would be 2 layers just like this. By the time zombies get over that, they should be legless. And once I get this done, all I'm going to do is upgrade all of the cobblestone, at least, and start with the bottom 2 layers in case I run out of time. But then just upgrade the cobblestone. Now I'm not going to actually show any of the horde night tonight or today. I'm actually going to save that for the next episode. So I'm going to go on and leave you here now that we've gotten all of this done. Sorry if it's a short episode, it's hard to tell with the cuts. But I'm going to leave it here. I'm just going to upgrade everything, and I'll give a quick intro for it at the beginning of the next episode. As always, people, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like to show your support for the series. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more, show that subscribe button some love. Be sure to click that notification bell to be notified of my daily releases, and maybe one of these videos on screen is of interest to you as well.